Today's word is futility. It randomly came to me when I was thinking that I need to finish showing you guys the dragon cards that I had pulled at the beginning of the month. So we have the golden dragon, dragon of transmutation, change, detaching, stepping in our own power, calling back our power from being, if you look at leaves, green leaves, blooming flowers, showing, the outside world, your light, and then giving, giving, giving. So the season of autumn, season of fall is just focusing that light back inwards and shining it on the shadows that are within us, which keep coming up. The ones we thought we may have put under the light before or healed or addressed, but some parts of those shadows still remain, and then just breaking the patterns that are futile. Futility is the word that I was just hearing right now, which is why I came on. And then the other two cards, so it was the yellow dragon, and then we have the white dragon with the gifts coming in. Gifts are again talents, what we are good at doing, be it communication, be it giving our friends support, showing up, how we show up, that actually highlights our true talents, how we show up in the world, how we show up for others. But again, going back to October and the season of fall and autumn, how do we show up for our soul? How are we good representatives of our soul in this world? And if we don't have a clear idea of that or need some confirmations, what do we need to do? Prayer, meditation, going inward, right? Shining the light inwards. Prayer is what can help us along with meditation. Just simply closing your eyes, shutting the world off, looking within. Prayer. You don't have to think that you are praying. You don't have to tell anyone you are praying. Close your eyes. It's as simple as that. Then you tune into your breath. Where are you when you close your eyes and tune into your breath? You are connected with your soul. You're always connected with your soul, but when you close your eyes, you actually indicate that you are willing to listen, that you are willing to be guided, that you open up your heart and your mind to receive intuitive messages, spiritual guidance from none other than your soul, or which we can call higher self, your spirit guides. They're all part of your oversoul consciousness. It's not like I have like these cards. These three different dragons are only representing three different powers that are within me. By powers, we mean energies with consciousness that can create and manifest you, my universe. And these are just examples of my universe is a small, tiny bit of Source's universe. Same with yours. These may sound like deep concepts or concepts that for like an average person who has human things to do and take care of, these may sound like things that you think about once a week when you go to church, or when you meditate once a day or twice a week, however many times. The time now is to focus on the temple within and not wait or even set a time. It's just when you feel called to, you close your eyes, you enter the temple that is within. And then when I had pulled those cards, I had also opened up the English version of the Nitnem. I personally feel these types of books, which are translated into English, these are good to have around and refer to as often as you like. So I had opened up to page 61, and then I'll just read it from the top. The way to meet God, the bridegroom, is to ascend the ladders to God's palace step by step and then achieve union with God. Step by step is being highlighted, or I'm hearing intuitively to underline that. Like I'm seeing it, but I'm doing. So let's highlight step by step. For a human who thinks like a human, acts like a human, but is not fully tapped into their spiritual self, therefore they don't, I'm not thinking how God thinks, how the angels think, or how even dragon elemental beings think, right? We think step by step. And the bridegroom in Sikhi, that is believed to be Source, the creator, because the whole of Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji's, simply put, like a love letter to Source from a perspective of the soul, which is painted as the bride, and union with the oversoul, and union with Paramatma, which is Source, Atma, melting back into Paramatma. So that is what bridegroom and bride concept is, from my understanding. So step by step, ascend the ladders to God's palace. The ladders part reminds me of the repetitive dream, not repetitive, but this dream that I keep getting once in a blue moon. It comes back. I forget about it for a long time. It comes back again. So in this dream, I have a ladder that is, one is easier to climb, the other one is broken. The one that's easier to climb is also broken, but somehow I need to figure out how to take the steps carefully to go up this ladder in order to reach a safe space, or just feel safe and protected, whatever that space in this dream I am considering, um, will save me from the darkness that is below, which I am climbing out of. So God, in whose hands the power is, exercises the same and beholds it. Satguru Nanak says that none can become good or bad because of his own strength. God created nights, seasons, lunar days, and weekdays God created wind, water, fire, and Netherlands. So the Netherlands, right? The when we climb the ladder step by step, the Netherlands can be seen as the lower frequency planes where um, the different emotions, feelings have different frequency in hertz associated with them according to Hawkins diagram, which you might have seen, but I have talked about before. So learning the lessons that anger has to teach us, fear, peace, love, authenticity. I think those are the ones that I'm remembering now, but learning our lessons on each level, step by step, as we climb out of these Netherlands, right? Into the heavens, which ultimately we don't really know on a human conceptual level. We can only conceive up to the heavens where bliss is. So if you were to say, let's say this, right? These three dragons, the lower, the darker realms is where we need the prayer the most. Then peace, authenticity is when we truly become ourselves. We are content, right? Contentment, peace. With our humanness, the personality we are supposed to play as a human being. Then we we are learning those lessons, and we're then spiraling up, right? Climbing bliss, anand, ultimately reaching source consciousness, be it enlightenment in this birth or many births later, or just oneness with source when we are not a human, when we are not limited to the human experience, right? When we pass over after death, when we release our spirit and soul from this body and we go back to source, that sort of bliss what we know of. Beyond that, people say things, but let's stick with what we have, what we can do right here and right now. And prayer, prayer, meditation, closing our eyes, turning that light inwards. Just summarizing what I was saying earlier, turning the light inwards on the shadows that still need healing this October, November, this autumn, fall season. So those were the dragons that came, and I wanted to share that message. And then futility, the uselessness, the useless patterns, the thinking, the thoughts, they deter our life force from fully being expressed, from fully being channelized. So think about what futile actions you take, what futile thoughts you have,